Alright, peeps, we're back. Now we're going to be playing as loud characters on Hunger Games Simulator. This isn't going to stop me from doing my Actors and Actresses Wheel of Fortune game. But, let's see how we do here. Oh, hang on a minute. Make a little adjustment. There we go. Now we can get started.
As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Principal Huggins runs away from the cornucopia. Zack snatches a pair of sayas. Clyde takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Pop Pop runs away from the cornucopia. Girl Jordan finds a bag full of explosives. Lynn runs away from the cornucopia. Lon rips a mace out of Lucy's hands. Liam runs away from the cornucopia. Lynn Sr. runs away from the cornucopia. Lola runs away from the cornucopia. Rita shoots an arrow into Luna's head. Pool Manager 3 runs away from the cornucopia. Rusty grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Scoots runs away from the cornucopia. Pool Manager 2 decapitates Lenny with a sword. Lincoln grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Lori finds a bag full of explosives. Pool Manager 1 grabs a backpack and retreats. Lisa runs away from the cornucopia. Lily runs away from the cornucopia. Lana runs away from the cornucopia. Lola cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Girl Jordan tries to spear fish with a trident. Lynn stalks Liam. Rita questions her sanity. Lucy discovers a river. Lisa receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Principal Huggins, Lana, Zack, and Pool Manager 3 raid Clyde's camp while he is hunting. Pop Pop tries to sleep through the entire day. Luan, Pool Manager 1, Rusty, and Lincoln raid Pool Manager 2's camp while he is hunting. Lily tries to sleep through the entire day. Lynn Sr. receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Lori receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Scoots receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor.
Oh my goodness.
Girl Jordan convinces Pop Pop to snuggle with her. Clyde and Lincoln sleep in shifts. Lori tries to sing herself to sleep. Lynn Sr. passes out from exhaustion. Zack questions his sanity. Rusty and Rita run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Pool Manager 1, Principal Huggins, and Lon discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Pool Manager 2 convinces Lisa to snuggle with him. Pool Manager 3 tends to her wounds. Liam tends to his wounds. Scoots and Lana sleep in shifts. Lily screams for help. Lucy repeatedly stabs Lynn to death with sayas. Lynn Sr. is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Pool Manager 2 stalks Lucy. Rita, Luan, and Pool Manager 3 start fighting, but Luan runs away as Rita kills Pool Manager 3. Liam sprains his ankle while running away from Pop Pop. Lily kills Lana while she is resting. Lori makes a slingshot. Lisa, Lincoln, Clyde, Girl Jordan, and Principal Huggins hunt for other tributes. Scoots tries to spear fish with a trident. Pool Manager 1 hunts for other tributes. Rusty injures himself. Zack tries to spear fish with a trident.
Oh my goodness.
Lily, Girl Jordan, Lucy, and Lincoln tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Pop Pop, Lisa, Scoots, Principal Huggins, and Pool Manager 2 sleep in shifts. Pool Manager 1 begs for Rusty to kill him. He refuses, keeping Pool Manager 1 alive. Luan cooks her food before putting her fire out. Lori, Lynn Sr., Clyde, and Liam tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Zack begs for Rita to kill him. She refuses, keeping Zack alive. Lily and Lisa work together for the day. Luan attacks Rusty, but he manages to escape. Lori tends to Liam's wounds. Lucy steals from Pop Pop while he isn't looking. Pool Manager 2, Lincoln, and Principal Huggins hunt for other tributes. Zack and Rita split up to search for resources. Clyde sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Girl Jordan searches for firewood. Pool Manager 1 receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Scoots discovers a river. Lynn Sr. receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Liam thinks about home. Clyde attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Pop Pop tends to Lori's wounds. Rita, Luan, Lincoln, and Girl Jordan sleep in shifts. Scoots, Pool Manager 1, Lisa, Pool Manager 2, and Lynn Sr. sleep in shifts. Lily tends to her wounds. Lucy quietly hums. Rusty, Zach, and Principal Huggins sleep in shifts. Pop Pop receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Zach fishes. Lori kills Lincoln while he is resting. Lucy tracks down and kills Clyde. Pool Manager 2 scares Rita off. Lynn Sr. sprains his ankle while running away from Liam. Lisa decapitates Pool Manager 1 with a sword. Scoots explores the arena. Principal Huggins steals from Rusty while he isn't looking. Lily hunts for other tributes. Girl Jordan injures herself. Lon receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Rita, Girl Jordan, and Lori discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Lucy and Lisa run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Principal Huggins passes out from exhaustion. Scoots tends to Rusty's wounds. Pop Pop attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Lon looks at the night sky. Pool Manager 2 receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Liam and Lynn Sr. work together to drown Zach. Lily looks at the night sky. Lily diverts Lon's attention and runs away. Lisa, Lynn Sr., Scoots, Pop Pop, and Rita hunt for other tributes. Girl Jordan, Pool Manager 2, Liam, and Principal Huggins hunt for other tributes. Lori explores the arena. Rusty runs away from Lucy. Proceed. Rusty receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Pop Pop looks at the night sky. Pool Manager 2 cries himself to sleep. Lori receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Liam starts a fire. Lynn Sr. and Lisa hold hands. Principal Huggins silently snaps Scoot's neck. Rita goes to sleep. Lily fends Lon, Lucy, and Girl Jordan away from her fire. Principal Huggins diverts Lynn Sr.'s attention and runs away. Lon and Pop Pop split up to search for resources. Lucy falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Lori receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Girl Jordan's trap kills Rita. Lisa sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Liam runs away from Rusty. Pool Manager 2 throws a knife into Lily's head.
Alright. Well, the door's wide open, so let's go ahead and close a little bit. We'll be back for the rest of the taping. Alright, shall we continue?
Lon is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Lori receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Lynn Sr. severely injures Principal Huggins and leaves him to die. Pop Pop convinces Pool Manager 2 to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Rusty and Lisa run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Liam dies trying to escape the arena. Girl Jordan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Pop Pop pushes Lynn Sr. off a cliff during a knife fight. Rusty decides not to go to the feast. Girl Jordan and Lisa get into a fight over raw meat, but Girl Jordan gives up and runs away. Lori is unable to convince Lon to not kill her. Pop Pop, Girl Jordan, Lon, and Rusty raid Lisa's camp while she is hunting.
I guess all the pool managers died in the simulator.
Lon quietly hums. Rusty fends Girl Jordan, Lisa, and Pop Pop away from his fire. Rusty picks flowers. Girl Jordan injures herself. Lisa tends to Lon's wounds. Pop Pop receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. A monstrous hurricane wreaks havoc on the arena. Rusty survives. Girl Jordan is sucked into the hurricane. Lisa survives. Lon stabs Pop Pop, then pushes him close enough to the hurricane to suck him in.
Uh-oh.
Lisa dies from hypothermia. Lon bleeds out due to untreated injuries. The winner is Rusty from District 9.
Boy, that was quite a loud game. This is how everyone did. Alright. Wrap it up for this Hunger Games Simulator gameplay, and I'll see you for the next one.